Greetings, geeks and geekorellas. It is me, I am back, here to talk about Rise. And I know this is late, and I'm sorry for that, but not only does it come on the same time as Black Lightning, but today I've been dealing with some serious tech issues. Mainly a full memory card and old man Mac, as I like to refer to it. A computer that is older than Arrow. Yes. Anyway, not here to talk about Rise. I'm going to try to keep this short, but a lot happened, and it actually continues this week's trend of really good TV. I mean, there were no big what the moments, and there were no great fights or anything, but there was some superb acting, writing, all of that, and some really good feels moments. Let's start with the biggest one, which picks up right where the episode left off. So, I'm doing a recap. This is going to spoil the episode. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And then come back and tell me what you think about it. Comments. Anyway, let's actually get into this. We get the stuff with Gordy. And basically, we find out where he went after the party. He just went walking around, drinking. Finally, in the morning, ended up at, oddly enough, the coach's house. And you can see that Gordy realizes that what he did was bad. But he's still being a little shit about it. Sorry, but he is. And his parents try to put some pressure on him. Say stuff like, got a breathalyzer. Put some rules to him. But even they realize that it's not going to do too much. He needs professional help. And later in the episode, based on some advice by the coach, Lou actually gets honest with Gordy and tells him that his father, Gordy's grandfather, as we know it in the audience, that he was a heavy alcoholic and apparently is still one, and also apparently had not the best father. So then Lou looks at him and says, "You are my boy. I love you and I'm here for you. So is your mom and your sisters." And we actually see the former little shit break down some walls and just look like he's about to cry. And so some good vulnerability, good character growth for that character. Good. And it's also good not only for his future, but also because he then kind of turns around and helps out Gwen, who's going through some tough times herself. Because earlier in the episode, I know I'm jumping around, but plot by plot is the only way that I know how to do this. We find out that her parents are finally pulling the plug, getting a divorce. And she actually at one point in the episode goes to her father and says, "Why couldn't you just stay for me?" And dad's like, "We were. But it just got to be too much. We were having troubles long before the affair." But still, that she's an emotional wreck. And Gordy swoops in to try to comfort her at the end. Nothing happens, but I do kind of like them together, even though it's kind of a semi Romeo and Juliet type thing because of those two fighting departments, which apparently bubbles up next episode. That's for a later time. Then we get Simon, who actually steps up to his father after talking with Lilette. And he gets back to being in the school. And we will address his other issue possibly next week, based on the trailer. Next week's going to be a big episode. Also, the story with Lilette and Robbie is they get some bad advice from their parents, his father, her mother, and they kind of lash out at each other. But by the end, they make up, and you're gonna be like, yay, but what's gonna put this apart? Maybe the two things that they have to deal with the next episode. Because on top of Robbie having to go through the fight, but the bubbling up of the fight between the football and drama. You also have Lilette's problem, which is she basically convinces her mom to step up to her boss who's sexually harassing her. And she does, but he goes harder, so she beats the crap out of him. Which, based on the trailer, leads to her being fired. Which is going to cause another problem. But anyway, then the other big thing of the episode was we finally see the band teacher and get the band involved in the play. And in true Lou fashion, he does the wrong thing for the right reasons. And him and the band teacher eventually make up. We got introduced to a new character who, sorry I'm forgetting his name, but he's actually a kid who's trying to keep to himself because he wears a turban. But he's killer on the guitar, and so Lou convinces him to join. And that's what the band really needed to pick up and become actually really good. Which leads to a really good song number at the end. And that was cool. And we actually got to learn that Barb from Stranger Things can actually sing. Who knew? That's cool. There were a couple other things that I would like to get into, but too much time has gone on already. But I will say that I do like that Tracy's ship plot is really going forward. I really like that ship. I hope it lasts. But anyway, that's it for all. Tomorrow, technically today, because this is probably going to go up after midnight, I will be doing Krypton. Then you can join me next week for Legends is No More, because they just wrapped up their season. But Supergirl is taking its place, and I will be reviewing that. Plus, next week is the finale of Black Lightning. And the week after that, I will actually be able to do this more on time. And, of course, also cover next week's episode, which is going to be a doozy. But anyway, that's it for now. Till next time. and beyond.